just got a whole lot crazier, Falcons fans. You know, I was going to bring you a back half video today talking about the Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix Jr. situation. And then all of a sudden, right as I'm about to start filming, we get the push noti that John Harbaugh is out as the Ravens head coach. Mooks, why is this important at all to the Atlanta Falcons? Well, you do know there's only, now 7 teams, but really only 6 teams that could be vying for John Harbaugh's services, and the Falcons are one of them. This is an absolutely insane development. Why? John Harbaugh is a Hall of Fame level head coach. Don't look into what happened this year. Lamar Jackson missed like 6 games. So this year, fluke year. But every single year since he's been in his 18 years with the Baltimore Ravens, John Harbaugh has been the model of consistency. Sure, has he been the greatest in the postseason? No. But he consistently gets you there. And for a team that has missed the playoffs for 8 straight years, this would be an upgrade over any candidate that is currently on the market. You need John Harbaugh on this football team. I'm going to say it until I'm blue, or rather purple, in the face. Go sign John Harbaugh. Arthur Blank, write him a blank, no pun intended, check. Get him here. And then go get Todd Monken. Because guess what? There was a report that came out from Diana Rossini that said one of the biggest points of contention as to why everything got so heated and tense at the very end of Harbaugh's tenure is that he refused to move on from Todd Monken. Georgia boy returns home. Georgia man, I should say. Go get him. For the love of God, go get him. Kirk looks like he's staying. Roll with Kirk. Let Penix develop for a couple of weeks. If you need to bring on Michael Penix Jr. again, think about what Harbaugh would be coming into in Atlanta. Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kirk Cousins, or Michael Penix Jr., depending on who his preference was, a defense that ranked 2nd in sacks this football season. And a division that is quite literally wide, butt booty naked open. It is the perfect job for Harbaugh. It is perfect. He would compete. He'd be back in the postseason next season because he would be the overwhelming favorite to win the division with the Dirty Birds. You can't even deny that. I just sit here and I'm marveling at what we're seeing. Guys, I don't think you understand. 18 years with the Ravens. I was 11 years old when John Harbaugh was hired as the coach. Unbelievable. Hall of Famer, John Harbaugh. Future Hall of Famer, John Harbaugh. He is better than anybody that you could currently get. That is not a shot at Clint Kubiak. That is not a shot at Brian Flores. That is a fact. John Harbaugh is now the most sought-after commodity in the NFL, and he should be treated as such. We're going to continue on and get into a little bit more of a discussion here, and I'm going to bring on new Buccaneers Breakdown host and former Falcons producer, Reed Bartkus. But before we do that, got to tell you about my friends over at Factor. Listen to me when I tell you this. Factor is so unbelievably delicious. And when it's New Year, big goals, and still no time to cook, Factor makes it easy with fully prepared meals designed by dietitians and crafted by chefs so you can eat well with time without the shopping or the cooking, 100 rotating weekly meals if you decide to go with Factors, with options including high protein, calorie smart Mediterranean diet options, GLP-1 support, and ready-to-eat salads. Plus, the new Muscle Pro collection supports strength and recovery. You get quality functional ingredients including lean proteins, colorful veggies, whole food ingredients, and healthy fats. Meals that fit your goals and your schedule with Factor. Healthier eating, calorie management, and more protein. Head to factormeals.com/FalconsChat50 off and use code FalconsChat50 off to get 50% off your first Factor box plus free breakfast for 1 year. Offer is only valid for new Factor customers with code and qualifying auto-renewing subscription purchase. Make healthier eating easy with Factor. So in case you are just joining us halfway through the video, the Ravens have fired John Harbaugh. I want to be very clear. This was not a mutual parting of ways. The Ravens fired John Harbaugh. He is looking for a new home. There are currently one team in the NFC South, maybe two, that could potentially want a new head coach. We know the Falcons are looking. And with that, I'll bring on the newest member of the Chat Sports hosting family, Buccaneers breakdown host. You know him. We love him, even though we're still really mad at you. Reed Bartkus, what's going on, man?
What's going on, Moose? This is an interesting development here. Now, as you know, as the host of the Buccaneers breakdown, my first thought was, okay, does this push Todd Bowles out? And I want it to, yes. Obviously, I want Harbaugh.
Right.
As a coach, he is unbelievable. He's a Hall of Fame coach. Everything that you just said, it is true. But there are teams that have already fired their head coach.
Oh, yeah.
The Buccaneers have not fired their head coach.
That's correct.
And it takes time, yes, to go and get a different head coach. But other teams have a step ahead of the Buccaneers. Todd Bowles is meeting with the Glazer family either today, tomorrow, later in this week, sometime this week. He's meeting with the family to decide what's your future.
Yeah.
It could be either a, hey, we're gonna stick with you for one more year, or you're out. But a guy like Harbaugh changes your franchise like that.
Does this force the hand of the Glazer family to make a decision within the next 48 hours?
So that's something that I, if you, for some reason, a Falcons fan wants to go watch me on the Buccaneers breakdown.
We still love you, Reed.
That's what I'm sort of going to talk about. Is this a, the golden goose is here. Are we going to get rid of our guy and go out and get maybe the guy that will take what is an open NFC South right now?
It is wide open.
This is interesting. But I will say, Adam Schefter did come out and say, number one on his list and number one on the list, the New York Giants.
Yes, I will say that the Giants has his interest peaked no matter what because it's the brand, right? It's the New York Giants brand. However, he still would then be tied to Joe Schoen, who nobody likes in New York. The Falcons would have him as the new head coach with his own staff and a brand new general manager. So he'd be tied to nothing except a brand new regime. And here's the thing. If we're talking about the NFC South, yes, I believe the Falcons make the most sense because of the talent around them. But if I'm going to play devil's advocate for your Buccaneers channel, which, by the way, go support our man Reed, even though we don't like the Bucs, Mike Evans, Baker Mayfield, Bucky Irving, Chris Godwin. I mean, you've got talent on talent on talent in this division.
I mean, talk about weapons. And the defense has no identity right now. He could bring it. He could bring the identity.
I sit here and I think for the both of us, Reed, that we need to get on the phone with whatever powers that be and say, John, get your ass to Atlanta. Or for your case, get your ass to Tampa Bay, but this is the Falcons Today show, so I'm going to tell you right now, it's all about dirty birds.
Like I said before, we still have a head coach.
You do.
They have not fired him. There are only rumors that Todd Bowles may get fired.
Yeah.
He hasn't even met with the Glazers yet. So, like you said, maybe that pushes that meeting up. But if the meeting is getting pushed up, that means he's out of there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think personally, I think Todd Bowles is here for another year, but he's very, very much on the hot seat.
Here's what I know as we end today's show, Falcons fans. You've got one opportunity to get a Hall of Fame head coach right here. You could go get a Mike McCarthy if you wanted. You could get a John Gruden if you wanted. But there is one active coach that we know would turn the franchise around like this. like this, and its name is John Harbaugh. Like I told you, I'd be okay with Clint Kubiak. I'd be okay with Brian Flores. I'd be a happy camper if those guys were our next head coach. There is only one, John Harbaugh, right now. He is, like Reed said, the golden goose. So as we end today's show, do you want John Harbaugh as the next Falcons head coach? Y for yes and for no. That's it for us. I'm going to push back a little bit of quarterback news because of this breaking development. Make sure you like, you subscribe. As always, Falcons fans, rise up and be cool.